Hello students. Alright, so today we are going to create this interesting object here. It looks like it might be hard, but it's really actually very simple. So let's take a look at our multi-view. We see our dimensions here. We see what our final object will look like. As you can see here, our isometric view is shaded and it's up in the upper right hand corner. We have our front view down here in the lower left, and then we have our top view in the top, and then we have our right view on the right. Remember, these three shapes here and the dimensions, this does not get shaded. Only your isometric gets shaded. These should just be your drawings with your dimensions pulled out. Alright, so let's get started. So here's our object that we're going to create. We're going to go up to File, New, Standard.ipt, and then Create. We start every object with a 2D sketch. We're going to go to Rectangle, and we are going to put in our dimensions, which are 2.25 by 1.25 for our bottom block. So this is what you should have so far. We'll skip back over so that we can see how far out we should extrude. So we see that we are 2.25, and then we see over here our 1.25, and then we need to extrude. We know that we are 1 here, 2.25 here, and then we're missing this section here. So we know by doing a little bit of subtraction, we know that we are going to extrude out 1.25. So let's go over to 3D Model, Extrude, type in 1.25, and we are extruding, and then click OK. So you should have a block that looks like this. So now we're going to work on this cutout here, which it looks like it might be difficult, but actually it's very simple. So let's take a look at our dimensions and our numbers. We know that this part right up here is going to be 1, and we know that the thickness, which will be later on when we go to cut this out, is going to be 0.5. That's going to come in handy to know later on. So we know that we need this part to at least be 1, and then everything else will fall perfectly into place. So let's go back to our part. We need to actually work on the back. Make sure the word back is up the right way. So we need to work in this, in the back right corner. So we're going to go to 2D Sketch. We're going to click on our block, and then we're going to use our line tool. And we're just going to play connect the dots. So we have our corner there clicked. We know that that upper part is a 1. So we're just going to type in 1, hit enter, and now we are just going to connect our points. Down to the bottom left, up to the upper left, and then back over. Hit escape, and you should have something that looks like this. Alright, so I'm going to turn this to make it easier so that you can see when we go to extrude. So 3D Model, Extrude, we're going to flip this, and it's 1.25 because that's how far we extruded. Click OK, and now you have the beginning parts of this front section here that we've cut out. Now we need to cut out this center part. So again, we're going to use the subtractive method. We're going to work on the top portion. So let's go back and check our dimensions. So we see that we have our 1 and then our 0.5, so that we know that this is how thick or how wide this top part is supposed to be. So we know that the top is going to be 2.25 because that is the entire length. And then our height is 0.75 because we know that our bottom section here is 0.50 and we know that our total height is 1.25. So a little bit of subtracting, 1.25 minus 0.50, and you have 0.75. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go to Start 2D Sketch, click where we're going to work. Then we're going to use our rectangle tool. Put that down in that lower left corner. We're going to come all the way over to 2.25. We're going to hit Tab because that number's already in there because I just pulled it over. You can always type it in as well. And then we know that our height is 0.75 because we did a little bit of math. Click Enter. And then we are now going to extrude. And we're going to extrude 0.75. So I'm going to turn this around here so that you can see that. So we need to flip it first off. And then we're going to type in 0.75. Click OK. Isometric view. And there you have your object. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.